Hey, good evening, everybody. It is about 5:47 p.m. Just wanted to jump on here and talk about a couple of changes in the forecast, give you the absolute latest data. Not seeing any watches or warnings in the area right now, but I think we are going to see those very shortly. Just wanted to let you know how you can stay connected tonight and what I am seeing in terms of the latest data. If you guys have been outside in the last couple of hours, you can see it and feel it. You can see that big, huge field of puffy cumulus over west central Missouri, but really as you look off into southeast Kansas, those are agitated cumulus clouds. And in terms of a severe weather threat, that is exactly not what we want to be seeing right now. So lots of monitoring going on right now. And I wanted to talk about two mesoscale discussions that have come out here within the last little bit. Mesoscale discussions actually precede a watch or tell us what the likelihood is that we may see a particular watch and why, what type of conditions are developing within the atmosphere. So we actually have up and down state line here is a overlapping area of two mesoscale discussions. One came out around 30-45 minutes ago, and then a newer one has just been issued, which is going to stretch off into west central Missouri. That's the one I'm going to pick up on and start off with because it's very similar to what you guys are going to see over in southeast Kansas. So let me go ahead and talk about this one first. Tornado watch likely. So probability of a tornado watch coming up in the next little bit is around 80%. Why? Supercells and line segments capable of all severe hazards are becoming increasingly likely over portions of northern Missouri this afternoon and evening. A new tornado watch is likely needed. And so let me go ahead and point out the area that this is covering here. Kind of back out regionally, you can see up here is where our more significant threat was looking to develop as we get up into later evening hours. However, we are going to be very vigilant and watch all of this area for the next few hours. It looks like this is a prime environment for supercells to develop. The cap is still there. It is still strong, but what will happen to that over the next few hours remains to be seen. If that cap erodes quickly, especially, all the conditions are right for supercells to develop, which would bring us all modes of severe weather possible. So let me go ahead and break down exactly what I think is going to happen according to the latest data of just a few moments ago. Tonight's severe weather coverage, if I jump back on here especially, will be sponsored by Renee LaRosen of Homeland Realty, looking out for all of us by sponsoring 660 Weather, severe weather coverage, 816-215-4746. Renee LaRosen, Homeland Realty in Adrian. So let's go ahead and jump into our latest forecast data. So this is, like I said, this is the prime time that if any supercells, any cells develop, they have the potential to tap into some really, really strong instability. Let me go ahead and put that up first just to show you the reason for everybody's concern. So this is one measure of atmospheric instability. This is CAPE. This is available potential energy in the lower atmosphere. Anything over 1,000 joules we start to be concerned about. We have a few pockets here in southeast Kansas around Chanute, Parsons, and almost up to Fort Scott, where we're up around 3,000 into the low 3,000 joules. And that is really significant. If storms develop in that environment, they will be able to tap into some serious energy. Another little pocket is up here just south of I-70. This is out around the Belton, Harrisonville, Archie, Holden area as well. So that is why, that is what is available for any storms that get started this afternoon. So current radar right now not showing anything, but as we work toward, this is about the 6 p.m. hour. You can see that data, this will not be exact, but data says this is where our cap starts to break down, and any strong cells are likely if they get going. So we may see a few up here around the KC area and up here around Brookfield as well. And so, but they could be anywhere, absolutely anywhere in this environment. So we're going to watch. But as I move through the evening, as we move toward, this is now 7 p.m., here's 8 p.m., and then let me put up around 9 p.m. You guys can see this morning we were predicting that the front would sag a little bit further to the south, and it looks like we may not make it. It looks like it may sag out actually right here along the I-35 corridor. So again, this is a potential radar image for around 8 p.m. So we're going to say anytime between 7 and 9 p.m. We may see storms stretching from Wichita all the way through El Dorado. Like I say, following that I-35 up towards Emporia and Ottawa, Paola, headed up towards Belton, Odessa, Higginsville. So this wave, if that is indeed where this front sags out, may miss portions of the south in west central Missouri and east central Kansas. So there we go. That is the latest data, a potential 8 o'clock. Here's 9 o'clock. This is where things really may ramp up in terms of winds. So I'm seeing data giving us possibly some bowed line segments here, which we're going to talk about damaging straight line winds if these threats develop. And this is looking like Ottawa, Paola, Garnett, and we may work our way over towards Pleasanton. And let's see what happens with that data as we move later through the evening. Here we are at 11 o'clock, between 10 and 11 o'clock. So here we are at, there is 6 p.m., 7, 8, 9, 10, there's 11 o'clock, and there's midnight. So the good news is the acceleration toward earlier time frame has continued. So by midnight, we're just into heavier rain, but it looks like this 11 o'clock between 10 and 11 p.m., I'm going to say, is when these potentially damaging storms, which would feature some straight line winds, will roll through the area. So once again, put up current radar right now, just to be clear, 5:54 p.m. We're just seeing things maybe want to get started over here in southeast Kansas. We'll be keeping an eye on things, but we're kind of watching this corridor up here along I-35 for things to fire, especially as we get, say, between 7 and 8 p.m. But we'll watch for any discrete cells that are going to be popping up. It is possible. Anything is possible. But as of right now, coming up on about the 6 p.m. hour, not seeing anything break through the cap yet. So that is what I'm seeing. Obviously, I am here in the weather spot with you. I will jump back on tonight, go live with any warnings. I will be posting watches on the Facebook page. So if you want to hop over to Facebook and watch for watches as well as any changes in the data, I will do that. But I probably will not go live until we see warnings in southeast Kansas or west central Missouri. So coming up on 6 o'clock, that is what we know. Everybody pay attention, have multiple ways to receive severe weather alerts. We're talking about strong, damaging winds, the type that can take out your power for a few hours at least as we head over into the overnight. That is what I know. I will keep you posted. Catch you later.